Welcome to the Successful Encore Career Podcast, sponsored by Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging, Nationwide Insurance, and InnoSource, and all presented by Employment for Seniors. I'm Brett Johnson, longtime volunteer with Employment for Seniors. Today's episode is being recorded at the 24th Annual Senior Career Expo, presented by Employment for Seniors at The Ohio State University's Fawcett Center. Now, while we're here, we are interviewing some of the Expo employer exhibitors. With me for this episode is Dejanay Prude from State Auto Insurance Companies. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about State Auto Insurance Companies. I'm sure our listeners are familiar with the name, obviously. But let's talk a little bit about the company, what you're specializing in, why you're here today, really, for the Job Expo, but how many people you employ, just a big picture of State Auto.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Brett mentioned, I am with State Auto Insurance Companies. We've been in business since 1921, so we just celebrated year number 97.
Excellent.
So, awesome.
You guys are probably planning for the 100, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely.
It takes a few years.
It
if
does.
you think about it, you should.
I mean,
right.
I don't know what's in the air for that, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty
somebody's itinerary. It's like, we should be planning for the 100th anniversary here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I agree. But for those of you who don't know, State Auto Insurance, we're actually located on Broad Street downtown, adjacent to the museum, and it's where we have that the huge display every Christmas holiday. So that's us. But we are a property and casualty or P&C company. So I know in the name it says auto. So we don't just sell auto insurance. We do cater to other areas such as homeowners insurance or renters insurance. We're also in the commercial sector. So for those either small businesses or even those mid-sized businesses, we do insure.
Today, you are specifically looking for older adults, of course, while you're at the Job Expo.
Yeah.
What positions do you have open currently? And also, what could our listeners be expecting when they go to the website to kind of look for and what might be open and available?
Yeah, so with our website, one of the cool things is that we're growing. State Auto has made a great transformation within the last 3.5 years. And so we want to be known as a technology company that just so happens to sell insurance, which is pretty cool because we've made this huge transformation to make the ease of doing business with us, top priority. Also for us internally, we've gotten away from the whole, having a dress code. So the culture is phenomenal. So when you go out to the site, hopefully that speaks to it, just kind of laying out some of the benefits that we offer. But you'll also see tons of job postings. So a lot of them are in our claims area as claims adjusters. We even have some who are interested in actuarial science. So perhaps that's, right up your alley. But we have, they range anywhere from any entry-level role to that middle management.
All right. You mentioned something about the culture just a moment ago about the dress code kind of down a little bit as well. But let's talk about why someone would want to be interested in working at State Auto. The culture itself, what you felt over the past years that you've been there now, what makes it attractive?
Yeah, that's a really great question because I know a lot of times when we, say no dress code, that's just one aspect of it. I've been working here, actually yesterday was my 7th year anniversary.
Congratulations. Great.
Thank you.
Good.
But I've seen tons of changes since the time I've come in. We were still required to do the whole business casual, so you still have people in their suits and their skirts. But you don't have to dress that way just to perform well or to perform great. So not only do we have that lax dress code, but we're also charged with thinking like owners. So if this were your company, how would you behave? How would you act? How would you want to save money? You know what I mean? So just being able to take control of your career and kind of take it to the depths that you really want to see it go yourself, of course within parameters because, ultimately you work for a company, but just being able to kind of do what you want. So if there's something that's on your radar, you want to get into maybe the IT sector, but you just don't know how, we provide you with training and development just to make sure that not only the State Auto way, but also so that you're knowledgeable about that particular arena. So those are just some of the things that just kind of scratch the surface as to why someone would, be attracted to State Auto.
We got to talk last year a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're here for a specific reason to recruit mature workers. What's so attractive about mature workers that you just are excited about coming today?
Yeah. So they bring a depth of knowledge and wisdom and expertise to the workforce that I think we're losing. Not just so much with the retirements, but because, as we go along in this day and age, things shift tremendously. So they bring a depth of knowledge, maturity to the workforce that we need, to make it feel like it's home, to make it so that we're all staying in line, so to speak. So I think that's one of the great things that they bring to the table.
When you're seeing people today and they walk by the table and ask you some questions about state auto and the positions you have open and such, what's that trait of that person you're looking at and you go, she's got to work for us? And what is that
A-level?
Yeah, that all of a sudden you see them walk away going, we really need her on.
Yeah.
What are some of those things you see in a person immediately that you know that they're a good fit for what you're looking for?
I would have to say probably intellectual curiosity.
Okay.
A lot of times we may come up to a table and say, hey, so what are you guys offering? But actually taking it a step further, well, I see you're offering this. This is how I can bring X, Y, Z to the table. So just being able to show your worth right off bat, and that may come naturally for some, it may not. But when you can show like I'm an A player because I'm going to support State Auto, from start to finish.
Done some homework possibly before coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's just one of the things I would say that stands
out. Positions that are available. Part-time, full-time, mixture of both?
So for right now, we are hiring for full-time.
Okay.
But the cool part is that we are a work-life balanced place. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you'll be, tied down to some, inflexible schedule. So we will try to work, on an individual basis. But for the most part, everything that we are hiring for is full-time.
That's great. The website, I'm sure, is a good resource to find out what's available.
Yes.
What's the website address and actually how to navigate to where those positions would be available?
Yeah. So it's www.stateauto.com. It's going to take you directly to our homepage, and then in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says Careers. It's going to take you to a landing page where it just gives an overview of what we offer, and then there's also a link to search open jobs, which will direct you to our applicant tracking system. If there is something out there that you're interested in, just simply click. It will require you to create an account, which takes a few moments of your time, and then you'll be able to browse and apply for those jobs that you're qualified for and that interest you.
Response time back for those positions. Let's talk about that, a little bit of that process once they click. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, that sounds good. What can they expect from you then?
Yes. So depending on when the job is posted, we want to collect as many resumes and vet through those as possible. So we say, reasonably speaking, give it about 2 to 3 weeks. However, don't be afraid to reach out. A lot of those who are speaking with us today, we have business cards. So once you apply, I encourage you to let me know. That way you're not just, lost in the shuffle there. But yeah, it's really simple. Just whatever appeals to you, just click and apply. And then with the interview process, that's fairly simple. A member of our human resources team will reach out to do or conduct a phone screen, which lasts about 30, 45 minutes. And then I would say with another 2 to 3 weeks, then that's when all qualified candidates will be brought on site for a face-to-face interview with that team. So, I mean, we like to hire as soon as possible, but reasonably speaking, probably about 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, just a little bit of patience then.
Yes, patience, please.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for being part of the podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. This is great.